Welcome please to the JVG podcast, where these G's are gonna spread their seeds of knowledge about the league. It's flourishing with these funny catchers seem to be well read, esteemed and honest, like the man himself, Jeff Van Gundy. They are high IQ, so cerebral and funny. So if you're on the bus, just border on the dunny, listen to the
JVG NBA Tribute Show.
Needs to be
No, you need more.
more authority.
You need more echo. Oh, fucked it.
That was a good one.
We'll go with that one.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Good morning and welcome to episode 101?
2.
Whoa, we are fucking flying through them these days.
We'll be at 1,000 before you know it.
Just like Joe Rogan. Episode 102 of the Jeff Van Gundy
Does
Tribute
Joe
Show.
Rogan actually have 1,000 episodes?
I think it's like nearly 2,000.
Oh, that makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're nearly there, buddy.
Wow.
I'm one of the hosts, Lucas, joined as always by my co-host, Marco.
Hey, I'm Marco.
Yeah. So now you know which voice is which. It's just like Hamish or Andy. Which one is who?
I reckon when I was a kid, I used to go on iTunes and download the Hamish and Andy shows as in podcast form. That was my first exposure to them as a young boy. And I reckon it took me 3 hours of listening to figure out which one was which. I was just a stupid kid.
They made a segment out of that, remember?
Really?
Yeah, it was
I don't remember that, obviously.
They made a segment, it was they'd call someone, and then they'd take it sentence by sentence, or response by response.
Right.
So they'd be I don't know, they'd be organizing a dentist visit. And they would be hi, yada, yada, yada. And then the next one would say the next sentence, and the next one would say the next sentence.
Ah,
and then
that's quite clever.
If the person on the other end didn't catch on, then I think they would go word by word.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think that happened.
They're quite funny.
They're
funny
really
guys.
funny.
Yeah.
They could be one of the few everyone likes them, and if you dislike them, you're just being an asshole.
Yeah. 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 100%.
Who else is The Rock part of that?
Oh, but no, you're right. Yeah,
I love The Rock.
I was trying to I was game planning ways to hate on The Rock in my head.
Yeah,
I couldn't come up with any. He's just a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
I reckon Paul Rudd is the only actual Hollywood actor who's sort of immune to any sort of criticism.
Was he in the episode of Sunny?
Fuck.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the guy from Hangover.
Bradley Cooper.
No. The guy with the teeth. No.
Oh, yeah.
Ed Burns?
Ed Helms.
Ed Helms?
Ed Helms, who helped produce the Jake and Amir pilot.
No shit.
Yeah. Remember, and he's Mickey. He's Mickey. In one of the finale
Yeah, but
episodes.
now I'm thinking that he could have not been in Sunny.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
Do you remember the episode I'm talking about?
Is it Ed Helms?
Is that the guy's name?
Hold on. Cousin Paulie, will you pull that up, please?
Yeah. We'll edit all of this out. Best editing on all of podcast platform.
No. It's not Ed Helms.
Go to images.
Go to images.
Ed Helm. Okay, no, it's not him. That's okay.
Yeah, he's the guy who's in The Office. Let's say famous actor.
Oh, God. I'm going to go with Danny DeVito.
Here we go.
Oh, that happened in the past week.
Cinemablend.com. 12 It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Guest stars you may have forgotten about.
That's actually probably good.
From Jerica Tisdale. Not Jessica. Jerica.
Oh, really? Is from Jericho.
Josh Groban. Yeah, I remember that one.
I remember that one.
Whoever the fuck that is.
Oh, wow.
Paul Walter Hauser.
Yeah, well, no one knows who that is.
Guillermo del Toro? I don't remember that one.
I remember that one.
That's sick.
Great episode.
That's awesome.
Great, 8 season callback.
Yeah, I remember Oscar Nunez, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't really call him famous.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Retta.
Oh, I don't remember her in the show, but that's Ma.
Yeah, that's a good one. The creators of Game of Thrones.
Right, next.
Chad L. Coleman, man. I mean, that's not a guest appearance. He's in fucking heaps of it.
Right, next.
Sinbad.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
Pablo Schreiber.
Don't know who that is.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So he's not in that either.
So he mustn't be that famous.
Right. Okay, we've spiraled.
How fast do you think things go around in your head? Like, how fast do you have thoughts? Because I know you have a lot of thoughts, but at like what speed are they running? Like, you working through situations quite quickly, or are you kind of mulling over them?
Oh no, like I get to the point.
You get to the point pretty quickly. Yeah, me too. I think sometimes too quickly. Like, I'll be like, I've already thought about that, but I haven't really like thought about it.
Yeah. I've like sometimes I'll be in a scenario where I'm with someone and I've considered the final goal, and then they'll be like, "Hang on, how did you get there?" And then I'll be like, just work through it. We got there.
Come on, keep up.
Yeah, get to. We'll just on the way to the car. You theorize it, and then I'll tell you how I got there.
Yeah, exactly right. Right. It's cliched to say, but you got to keep up with fellas like us. You know?
It is a cliche, our cliche.
Yeah.
Any news in your personal life over the past few days? Are you sure you don't have anything to report?
We were discussing pre-pod. Lucas thinks that I did something, I don't know, spectacular or noteworthy.
Remarkable.
Remarkable, that's a good way to put it, over the weekend. But I did shit all this weekend.
It's nice. It was a nice change of pace.
I went out for dinner on Friday. That was pretty nice.
How'd you go with?
With Zach and Em.
Oh, that's right.
My darling girlfriend, Alex.
Yes.
Shout out. Had a couple of wines.
Then we met up. Oh, that was Saturday. Was that Saturday?
Yeah,
that was Friday.
That was Saturday. Yeah, and then I watched a bit of Summer League on Saturday. God, worst Pelicans performance I've ever seen, and that's coming from a Pelicans fan. And then we met up. We went to the social, the ice cream social,
NSC. Yep, I left at about 8. So fucking paranoid to leave and tell people I'm going now. I just wanted to go.
Any of these events like ringing a bell? Like any of these a noteworthy event you think that I did?
I think maybe you told me something that you did maybe way earlier in your life on Saturday night. And then also you tell me you used to buy songs on iTunes?
Yeah.
Did you never have LimeWire?
No, I didn't buy songs. That was my point. I bought movies and TV shows.
That's right.
So I always used to get iTunes gift cards as a gift. As a present, if you will. It's Christmas, birthday, otherwise, graduation, bar mitzvah. Mm-hmm. And I downloaded all my music off LimeWire. Don't worry, I was on that like as soon as I think my dad showed it to me. Like, I don't think I had to figure that one out. But I used to buy episodes of South Park on iTunes. And like I think if I log into my iTunes account, I can still watch like 15 episodes of South Park, Team America.
Oh my god, Dream Blunt rotation.
Yeah, there was a couple of other shows that I bought, and I look at them like, why the fuck did I buy that? Like episodes of Family Guy.
Yeah. Do you not like Family Guy?
No, but like, why would you buy it? I don't really like Family Guy.
Yeah, because I remember I had a season of Family Guy.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. It's actually really funny.
Yeah, it's a super funny show, but I don't want to have Family Guy on my computer.
That's okay.
It feels like a bit criminal or something. It feels really wrong.
Now, before we get into too much of a rabbit hole, how did you like those Summer League games you watched?
Oh man, I feel like I got super infatuated. So I was watching the Thunder Rockets game, which was already Chet's third game by that stage. And, you know, we'd had the nice dichotomy of him fucking like, oh shit, this guy's legit. And then him just getting bullied by a fat guy for 40 minutes. Shout out Kenneth Lofton Jr. And yeah, so I feel like the sort of the allure of like, oh, this is Shet. You know, this is the guy everyone's talking about was gone. And for maybe like 10 minutes, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like this OKC team's going to be so much fun. You know, like the Rockets, the young Rockets guys looking good. And then they're just, it's usually after the first substitution when, you know, these guys, they're on a Summer League roster for a reason, just start throwing up absolute shit for like just so long. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm kind of over this. I'm just, you know, I'll hold on for the Pelicans game. And then, Pelicans Trailblazers. I don't think they made a field goal for the first 7 minutes.
Either team.
Like, neither team made a field goal. Like, legitimately 7 minutes. Like, and it was just, man, I don't want to watch 6 Najee Marshall ISO plays. Also, is that good? Like, is that good for player development to be giving Najee Marshall the ball and going like, do your thing, you know?
Is he going to be an ISO player?
No.
for you guys? Yeah. So like, I don't understand. Just practice how you play.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Johnny Davis shot 1 of 9 in his first game.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Ended up on 6 points. Yeah. I think watching Summer League, any possession your rookie or like your first round pick doesn't get the ball, it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? If they don't even get the ball, what's the point? Is that not the whole point of Summer League?
Yeah.
Isn't it for your first round pick to have the highest possible usage rate?
Even in the Thunder game, there was like a 5-minute stretch where Chet was just like, he was just sending screens. Like they weren't letting him like initiate the play. they weren't giving him the ball even when he was like in the post, you know, with a defender much smaller than him. And you know, there's so many just random, probably more talented than on other Summer League rosters on the OKC team. You know, like Jalen Williams has been
which one?
Showing it up. Oh yeah, you telling me.
Which one, Marco?
But yeah, like get Chet involved in every play. Also, Josh Giddey, man, you can't be turning the ball over in the last possession of a Summer League game when you're 2 points down. You're meant to be an NBA player now.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know which game you're talking about exactly, but just in watching Giddey in the Summer League, it's like, all right, let's like don't do anymore. Don't stop playing.
Yeah,
like, there's no point for you to be there.
Yeah.
Like Scotty Barnes isn't playing.
Yeah,
he probably isn't playing. I don't know if Toronto started.
Yeah, he's definitely not
I happily don't know the Summer League schedule. But
I reckon the highest draft pick from last year playing is Chris Duarte, which is hilarious because he's like 20, 30 or something. Yeah.
Even Corey Kispert isn't playing.
Wow.
Which I'm very into.
Yeah. I'd like to see him drop like 30. And then they just take him out. Man,
have I told you my theory about the only thing Summer League shows us?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Second year players, if they're not comfortably dropping 20, then they're shit. Yeah. They're going to have a bad career. Yeah. That's the only thing that I ever look out for in Summer League.
Trey Murphy had a fucking stinker in his first game. I think he went 0 from a very high number from 3. But then, yeah, he had 30 today.
Yeah.
Like a very comfortable, easy, efficient 30. And it's like, all right, cool. Back to the league.
Yeah.
You know?
But then I feel like, you know, there's exceptions to every rule. If you have a good playoff game, I think we shouldn't judge you by Summer League.
True.
Yeah.
Well,
he actually he hit like a game winner, didn't he? Last playoffs?
Yeah.
Or like a game sealer.
Yeah. Like a a go ahead bucket, if you will. No, which is then so confusing that he's going 0 of 7 against the Summer League roster, against Portland's Summer League roster, which is made of NBA players. You know, like, these guys have played serious NBA minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched some highlights. I watched the Jabari Smith Paolo Banchero first Summer League meeting. Jabari Smith, I feel like didn't get the ball anywhere near enough.
Yeah.
He had one really nice finish. Paolo looks really good. Oh, man, I was actually a bit nervous about how Paolo's going to look in the league. Like I was just like a bit worried that he wasn't going to look too good, and I still do have that worry from time to time. But I feel like Chet is gonna make sense, and then Jabari Smith Jr. is just gonna, like, by the end of the season, be like the most refined rookie. Yeah.
I think Chet's he's just gonna fluctuate wildly in his first season.
Yeah,
like there's gonna be game situations where he just does not work at all, but then there's ones where he's got a skill set that isn't just like, oh, NBA player. It's kind of like elevated.
Yeah.
You know, like he can do things that most people in the league can't already. Yeah. But it's just that there's other shortcomings. I agree with you. I think Jabari Smith's just like gonna be solid. I think Paolo will be fine.
Yeah.
You know, like he looked so comfortable, and also in like so many roles.
Yeah.
Because they've shut him down. Like they take him out of Summer League because like he had like 25 and then 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's enough. They've seen enough, I think. Jabari Smith had 19 points and 0 dribbles today.
Really?
Yeah.
Take that, Clay Thompson.
Yeah. Fuck you. Which, I don't know. That's not the sort of player I thought he was.
Yeah. Well, watching his, I guess even summer league's a step up from college.
Yeah.
Especially when like most of these schools, other than the like Kentucky and Duke, most of them are just like, all right, we've got our lottery pick, and then we've just got all these random guys.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you'll watch some Orlando games or Houston games?
In the regular.
In the regular.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
But
like following on summer league, because last year I didn't.
Yeah. I think I think with this top three, I think all three franchises are like maybe Orlando the least, but I think they're like, all right, cool, we got our guys. Let's like actually start winning basketball games now. I think they'll be less, sure, if they're shit through the first 20 games, they'll probably be like, all right, cool, let's have a shot at Victor next off season. But I think all three teams will like be trying to be good, which they even last year, like, Houston were just not going to be good. And Orlando, I don't think Orlando really had any talent last year. So I'll be watching. Long answer short, I'll be watching.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the league right now in the men's. I feel like there's maybe 4 teams that might be in a rebuild. Maybe less. But like they're in a we still need the pieces part of a rebuild.
Yeah.
Whereas like let's look at the shit teams in the league. The Thunder, the Rockets, and the Pistons have their pieces, and now they can just compete.
Yeah.
Did I say the Magic?
Yeah, but I think the Magic are just halfway there.
Yeah.
Like I think they need one more piece.
Yeah, but they're ready to go.
Yeah.
Like the only like useless teams right now are the Pacers.
Yeah.
And the Spurs.
Yeah.
Like the Kings, although they're useless, they have good pieces. That's not targeted at anyone. I'm a Wizards fan. We're in the exact same boat. We have good pieces, so like we're going to be competing. But like, I don't know. I feel like the league was great last year, and I feel like it's gotten better this year, or at least the bottom's gotten better.
But then even like the Pacers could be about to offer DeAndre Ayton a max offer sheet,
True.
Like, and also they've still got like, they've still got so much talent on their roster. Like they've, I don't want to say they have so much talent on their roster and then put Miles Turner like immediately afterwards. I don't hate Miles Turner, but that's not who I'm talking about. Right. But yeah, like, what's his name? Benedict Maturin. He's not like the missing piece. They still need to clear the deadwood out to like let him and probably Tyrese Halliburton and some other rookies flourish.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I think everyone else is on the rise, which means inevitably we're going to see some teams like drop off this season, like down into rebuild territory.
Yeah. So you reckon it'll be like a team with like an all-star or a borderline all-star, like, okay, cool, our 5-year prospects are the worst in the league.
Yeah.
We need to sell.
Yeah.
We need to sell now.
We're way below 500. Our borderline all-star's playing okay. Let's get rid of him.
Yeah.
Get some nice picks and, have a shot at the 2023 draft.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
And sadly, it won't be the Washington Wizards because of Bradley Beal's no trade clause.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, luckily we got that in writing. What's it called? Summer League Power Rankings? Summer League Play Power Rankings?
Do you want to... What are the 4 Summer League plays?
The Mount Rushmore of Summer League plays. Number 1 has to be the rookie you drafted doesn't get the ball. Because that is happening way too much. Number 2 is like barely 5'10" point guard, short, stocky point guard, takes like a rainbow moonshot 3 that hits the back of the rim and either goes in or misses. And that's like 20 plays a game. And then there's just like, 6-minute patch of just, I don't want to be watching this. Why am I still watching this? I'm going to watch until something good happens. It's like a quarter and a half through the game. I don't have a 4th on my Mount Rushmore. Would you be able to chip in?
I think it is. I think it's the Najee Marshall pick and the Najee Marshall ISO. But more broadly, it's like, oh man, you've been in the league like 3 years now. You shouldn't be the focus of this game.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows you're not going to get much better. Why are you putting up 19 shots?
Yeah.
There's just those guys who are just straggling at the end of the roster. Like, I will throw them in summer league. They're still kind of young. We'll see how they go. And they just take it upon themselves to be like the focal point. And man, like NBA Twitter and the Bluebird, they don't help because they just love those players. They're like, oh man, Najee Marshall is a beast in summer league. It's like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if he drops 40 in summer league.
It's
like,
news if he isn't. Like, this is what's supposed to happen.
He's gonna play like the Thanasis Antetokounmpo minutes for us. Like, it's just like eight minutes of energy off the bench in the regular season. And I'm happy with that. You need a guy like that on your roster. I don't care to watch him make 20 layups.
Alright, well, should we pivot from the depths of the NBA year to potentially the peak of the WNBA regular season?
Hell yeah, brother.
We had the All-Star weekend on the weekend, this past weekend. And I think this WNBA All-Star weekend has just confirmed what I already knew. I'm not going to probably watch anything that ends in NBA All-Star weekend.
Yeah. Did you watch the All-Star game or?
I watched the first 6 minutes and I was like, nah.
All right, okay. So I'll play devil's advocate a bit here because I had the same experience. Well, I watched the first 6 minutes. I was like, oh, this is literally just the NBA All-Star game. It did pick up a bit. It got a little bit better. I think in the NBA M, when that first rotation happens, when that first substitution comes on, and like your Ja Morants and your Devin Bookers and your Darius Garlands come on, and they all have this like fucking big ego about being in the All-Star game. Like, oh, now's my time to show out, and they're taking that like super seriously. Like. The starters are just like, oh yeah, like, toss the ball around, like, take a deep three, maybe like do a ridiculous uncontested dunk, and like Devin Booker's like, I'm gonna fucking like have 8 straight points because I'm him. It's my time to show out. A similar but different thing happens in the WNBA. Like the bench comes on. And they like bring up the intensity, but not in this fucking like douchebag egotistical way that the men do. They're like, nah, come on, let's play defense. So, like, they're the younger WNBA players. Pretty much everyone in the WNBA, like, even more so than the NBA, knows each other and is friends with each other. And a lot of them have played with each other. So there's much more of that, like, jovial sort of atmosphere. But I feel like the younger players come on and they raise the intensity, but they're still having a good time. They're not trying to like. They're not trying to make Instagram highlights or anything like that, like Ja Morant is. So I appreciated that, and then I just think they're actually playing defense. They're moving the ball around. It wasn't just like ISOs. My favorite moment was every time Jackie Young got the ball, Kelsey Plum and Asia Wilson would double her every single possession. And like, so she was only getting the most difficult shots up, which was awesome as well because it's like, fuck yeah, like you've got enormous Asia Wilson and like Kelsey Plum, who she's a plus defender, especially if she's like kind of trying to take the piss out of you. If Jackie Young's going to get a shot up, then it's going to be a good looking shot. And yeah, there was a lot of that, like, oh, I'm actually going to play defense on you because you're my teammate or you're my ex-teammate or like we're friends in real life. And that I appreciate. That I don't think you see in the NBA M.
I think definitely the highlight that I liked most was the Sylvia Fowles dunk.
Yeah, that was sick.
I really didn't think she could dunk. No. Especially in her last season.
She's so old.
Yeah, I also like that... I think maybe the WNBA made this post about Sue Bird and Sylvia Fowles, this being their last All-Star game. Because I don't know if it was explicitly stated anywhere or if it was just like, that was just the general feeling.
No, they had like a bit in the intro. They had like a big thing about it being their last games. Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah. Well, that's lovely. Yeah. Well, I was watching that game. I think actually like a minute after the first sub, I was like, nah, I don't want to watch this, and then I watched some game from before the All-Star weekend. But the week leading up to the All-Star weekend in the WNBA was awesome.
Yeah.
There was some ridiculously good games.
Really good basketball. Wait. Before we move to that, last point on that All-Star game, they did all the like dedication shit really well. Like,
right.
they had a nice sort of like happy ceremony about it being Sue Bird and Sylvia Fowles' last All-Star games. There was so much good Brittany Griner stuff. They all changed into number 42.
Yeah, right.
At halftime. And then at the end, like, you know, Candace Parker, you know, getting old, in her hometown of Chicago, and, you know, they were like, you know, could this be your last game? Like, we'd hate not to give you a proper send off. And she was like, we'll just have to wait and see, which makes me think she's sticking around for another season.
Speaking of doing the ceremony, what did you use?
Right. Well.
Sabrina Ionescu. I got to give her a shout out. She was like probably Kobe's biggest disciple. And she's made one really nice post about it on Instagram and hasn't fucking drained it and tried to profit off of his. And she was also close with Gigi and two of the, you know, most of us know them as other people, but like Sabrina Ionescu actually knows them. Two of the other people that passed away in the helicopter accident. And so yeah, just shout out to her for just pulling so much of the Kobe respect in air quotes for actually doing it in a respectful way.
Yeah. If we want to talk about other, I guess, cultural things the WNBA does better than the MNBA, Brianna Stewart's baby. So fucking cute.
So cute.
So adorable. Little earmuffs on. Any NBA player's baby is just the most detestable child you will ever meet. And, oh my God, you just know they're going to grow up to be absolute shitbirds. Stewie's baby just knocks every single other one of them out of the park.
Well, now that you mention it, when Brianna Stewart did announced that she was going to be having a kid, I was like, first of all, I was like, what the fuck? Because she'd just been playing.
Yeah.
And then it turns out they were having a surrogate mother.
Yeah.
And yeah, she announced it like 40 weeks in. So like the baby was nearly here. It was Sue Bird's production company together with an X instead of the last E or something. It's an X instead of one of the vowels. Documented the whole thing. And then also documented Sue Bird's most previous season. And our friend The Rock, who everyone likes. Are you aware of this?
No.
All right. Well, our friend The Rock, who quote unquote everyone likes, is actually being sued by Sue Bird.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he's like XFL league. He's making some thing.
Right.
And Sue Bird's suing him for using symbol that's what's it called? Logo. The logo is too similar to her logo for together. And it's very similar. I think she definitely has a case. But just disproving ourselves in this own podcast.
Oh my God.
Very same podcast.
Sue Bird versus The Rock.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'd pick.
I think it'd be a no-brainer. In whatever field you choose, there's such a clear winner in every single one.
Yeah, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Sue Bird, shout out.
You know, loves just talking about the league, certain things like that.
Well, yeah. Should we talk about some of those games that were prior to the All-Star weekend?
Yeah.
Like you segued to perfectly before, and I derailed.
Yeah, and now for the third time, I'm bringing it up. Yes, the week before All-Star weekend was really, really good. Looking at the playoff picture, I think, first of all, of the 12 teams, 5 of them are above 500 and 7 are below. And of the 7 that are below, none of them are like a game below. They're all 2 games below.
Yeah.
So there's a massive disparity
Yeah.
in the league, which I just found noteworthy. But I also think it keeps every team but the Fever in playoff contention.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is fun, which is fun as. Because at first I was looking at the Liberty and the Lynx, being like, oh, they're actually dead in the water. But I was comparing them to like the top seeds.
Yeah.
But I was just like, all you have to do is compare them to the 8 seed, and they're like only a couple games behind.
Yeah, Liberty 1 game behind the Wings in 8. Lynx 2.5, but you know, I think everyone has a lot of faith in this team. I think because it's like Sylvia Fowles last year to not let her career end in the regular season.
Can't count her out.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we've been like, it's been like a good streaky season in that like teams have been having like poor patches, and then teams have been having sort of like mid-season like resurgences. E.g. the Atlanta Dream, they traded away. Oh my god, I've forgotten who their best player last season was. But anyway, they traded away their best player, sort of like signaled like full rebuild mode. Drafted Ryan Howard at number 1 in the draft, and then just in this latter half of the season, she's like having an obvious like rookie of the year level season, All-Star in her rookie season, which is incredible. And they have the league's third best defense, so they're just like completely shooting up the standings. I think they'll be sure to make the playoffs. Oh god, who did they trade away? I had this prepared and now I've just completely forgotten.
Was it Courtney Williams?
It was Courtney Williams. Yeah. Courtney Williams to the Sun, I think it was. And everyone thought they were just going to completely bottom out and like take a few years to rebuild, and they're just like straight back up in the mix.
I watched Liberty Mercury today, who are two teams that are both 10 and 12. And even watching those games, like they're both all teams I actually have found when watching them. They're all very well drilled. Yeah. And sometimes I'm surprised at like the end score of a game. Like Storm versus Sparks before the All-Star weekend. I think we won 106 to 69. Like it was like a 40-point win. And I couldn't tell you a 5-minute stretch in the game where the Sparks played poorly.
Yeah.
We played really well. We hit a lot of shots, which, that tends to happen in a win. But like there was nothing that the Sparks really did wrong in the entire game, other than just, I guess, get like our execution, or not even our execution, our efficiency was just better. But yeah, to go back to the Mercury Liberty game, these are two teams that are like below 500, and they're both looking like playoff teams. Yeah, like whoever the 1 through 8 seed is, the top 4, well, the top 5 is really good, but the top 4 teams in the playoffs are going to be incredible. Yeah. But those bottom 4 are going to like make it a good series. Like they're going to make the first round a really good series.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I think particularly there's still a single elimination in the first round.
No.
Oh yeah, it's all
5 games.
Series. That's so good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I think in previous seasons you wouldn't put it past like Sabrina Ionescu to like just have the fucking game of her career and knock the 5th seed off from the 8th seed or whatever. But yeah, I think this season will be so much more valuable having those good teams in the playoffs, because it'll be like, we can actually like see some good basketball from them. Yeah. That was like the most disappointing thing to me, like following it last season, was just like, they're just out now. Yeah. Like not even like, that team doesn't get to progress. It's like, we don't get to see them play anymore. Yeah. Like high stakes basketball. Yeah. Yeah. And I think you said it, but it's like, why are we rushing through the playoffs? Yeah. Like, did we not like work our way through the season to get to this point and then play them? Exactly. A couple of things. If Griner is released before the end of the season, would you foresee her going back to the Mercury? Yeah, I think so. You reckon she'd play? I reckon she'd play. Damn. I don't know how fit she'd be. Yeah. But like, I mean, I think it would be pretty much impossible at this stage for her to get like released in the next. We're 10 games away from the playoffs. Yeah. So what's that? 3-4 weeks. Yeah. But I think 100% if she had the opportunity to play, I don't think she could say no. Yeah. Think of the player she is, Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know that. But like, I feel like 100 and like, it's probably like 160 days now in detention in Russia. I think just be smashing the weight room. not to make light of the Brittany Griner situation. But. Clink strength. All right. Well, and the other thing was, you were saying teams are going through swings. If you could say one team will have an upswing and one team that'll have a downswing post All-Star break, who would it be? Oh man, I think the Aces are going to continue their downswing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh God.
For those who are not looking at the standings right now, they are firmly in second place.
I don't-
Actually, to be fair, they were firmly in first place for most of the season.
I don't think we're gonna like, affect our final position very much. But we're 2-5 in the last 7 games,
Yeah.
which is crazy because we lost 2 of our first 15 games.
Yeah.
And like you said last week, when we win a game, we win it by 30 points. Like. But I think just some cracks showing in the defense a bit. I think like if I think about like aces in the storm, right? We've kind of got, we've both got these bigs who are MVP candidates. And we're both like, we have this red hot offense. You have a league best defense. I think that a huge difference between us is like how Stewie is kind of like keeping your defense together, and how Asia Wilson isn't like. It's like she needs like another good rim protector next to her to create a league best defense, if that makes sense. So I think we're just getting a bit exposed like inside, and I don't think we're gonna fall off, but I think we're gonna like our record's gonna hover around 500 for the rest of we'll go 5-5 in the next 10 games or something like that. Yeah.
So what I found with Asia Wilson recently that I feel like I've never found with her before, she's got this, there's like some in-game inconsistency with the way she plays. I feel like she's very temperamental, and when she's like angry, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
She'll get to the ring, it'll be like at least an and one. No, sorry, at least a bucket, probably an and one on any possession. And then she's just got like such a nice like mid-post game and face-up game, and her jump shot, like for a lefty, my God, maybe the best lefty release.
Yeah,
like it's just
it's
so
clean.
so nice, and anytime it goes in, it's just a clean swish. But I just think like let's think about the Liberty loss you guys had last week. It was 114 to 104 or something. And what did it take? The first ever 30-point triple double in WNBA history, and then Han Shu.
Yeah.
What did she go? 10 of 11 shooting,
Yeah,
dropped 24 points. Like it was, a lot had to go wrong for you guys to lose that game.
But we've also we've conceded over 100 in 3 of those losses in the last 7 games, and I feel like 100 is so much more the barometer in the WNBA than it is in the NBA. Well, in the modern NBA. We're looking leaky. Our offense is not suffering. We have like one of the best scorers in the league in each, from each position. Like we have the best guard scorer in Kelsey Plum. Asia Wilson, obviously bucket getter. She's been, I guess, she's not averaging 20 points because she's got like more defensive responsibility. And Jackie Young is just like, do you know Jackie Young last season shot 25% from 3? Do you want to know what she's shooting from 3 this season?
Oh, well, 25. A good improvement would be like 32%.
47.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit, I was thinking it was going to be like 38.
On like heaps more attempts as well. So she had a famous mid-range game in college. Took that into the WNBA. It was like pretty good. And this season she just completely unlocked her 3-point shot. It's crazy.
Was she coming off the bench last season?
I think she was starting.
Because I know Kelsey Plum was coming off the bench last season. And also, how's Chelsea Gray going?
Yeah, she's good. I think she's in
the twilight of her career.
She's getting a bit old. I think she's our weak link.
Right. Wow.
Definitely. But I mean, that's like every other member of our starting 5 is an all-star.
Yeah, that's fair. But I feel like Chelsea Gray has that there's that 4 minutes left in a close playoff game. She's just not going to make a mistake. Like what Draymond said about Andre Iguodala, like no matter how good or bad their season's going, 4 minutes to go in a close playoff game, she'll probably get 2 assists. And then like cause a jump ball or something.
Yeah. And that's it. I think when Kelsey, well, really when like your only other mobile ball handlers are Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young, who are just like, they're so get their own shot oriented. You need like a sort of traditional playmaker, like I think Chelsea Gray is. No, Jackie Young started every game for us last season.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and she was good last year, but she's just taken like a huge step this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
47. That's crazy. I had to double. I'd written it down, but like I had to double check it.
do you have any teams for the upswing?
Oh yeah,
Because I reckon I want to put the Mercury in there.
Oh really?
I watched their game against the Liberty. They looked really good. Diamond DeShields is there now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that happened in the offseason or during this season.
No, it happened in the off season.
She looks so good there.
Yeah.
Tarossi still looks unbelievable. Like, their team still looks really good. Sophie Cunningham had another amazing game. But yeah, another one of those teams where it's just like, you're not doing anything wrong. How are you guys below 500?
Yeah. I want to go for the Liberty. I think. I watching that 30-point triple-double from Ian Escu, and then watching how just in the All-Star game she was so confident. She reminded me of like weirdly reminded me of Jokic in All-Star games, and where she was just like, man, I don't care about this. Like, I've been here before, except she was just draining threes. And so I think she's just going to go into the latter part of the season just red hot. And yeah, I think it might be a bit of just her carrying the load completely. Because I think that's the thing in the WNBA is, like you said, every team, because there's, it's just less teams, smaller talent pool. Every team's pretty good and they're all really well drilled. Like, I think it's the past 5 seasons, I found this so interesting. The MVP has been from the team with the best record over the past 5 seasons. So I think it really is like, if you have that one player who just has like another gear in them, then that's going to be like the deciding factor against like similarly good teams. Yeah.
I think that's a fair point. I think that Stewie might win it this year.
Yeah, that's my pick. Yeah,
because like I feel like a few weeks ago we talked about it and we were like, it's going to be like Asia's going to win it. But Stewie's just been going crazy. I think she had a game not in this last stretch, but early in the season. I feel like Bird and Lloyd were out, and she shot 15 of 18 and dropped like 31 points or something, and she just took it upon herself, like. Her game sense of like what is required of her in a game, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And sometimes every time she doesn't shoot the ball and she gets it on like in the mid post, I get mad. But like, man, she's fucking unbelievable. So yeah, I reckon she'd be my pick for the MVP, but I don't think we'll lead the league. I don't think we'll have the best record in the league.
Yeah. I think Chicago are gonna get the best record again. They're on an insane streak.
Yeah.
I said this last week, but yeah, they have 6 players averaging double-digit points. I think they're like, especially now, they're the perfect regular season team. Like, I mean, obviously, Kalia Copper's their best player, their superstar, but she's not like your Stewies or your Wilsons or your Jonquel Joneses, like she's not like a complete game dominator.
Yeah.
I think she's only had over 20 points twice this season or something like that. So yeah, it'll just be that like nice steady presence, but that was enough for them to win the chip last year.
Yeah. Also Meiseman, Emma Meiseman. Who I don't know where they got her from last year to this year, but she has just like opened the entire quarter for all of them. Yeah. And like a team that was so good defensively. This like, she's like a and like have you gotten dry needling?
No.
It's like she's been the dry needle that has just opened up a knot.
Yeah, I like that.
And the whole court, everything else just makes sense around her. Yeah. I'm just looking at the time right now. Should I order?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I like the Stewie pick for MVP because also, like she's averaging 21 points, leading the league in scoring, so efficient, so dominant, and also like is a key component of the league's best defense. Like, I think Asia Wilson would have to have the most insane 10-game stretch, averaging like 25 or something to beat her. Yeah, and I guess that breaks the MVP having the best record streak I just mentioned.
I've got bad news for you.
What happened?
It's not taking orders anymore.
No! We're going to have to drive up?
Yeah.
Fuck me. Fuck me.
Well, let's hope it's not too. It's a little busy. It's not giving me a live time.
It's fine. We can wait.
All right, we'll go in though.
Yeah, we'll definitely go in. We're talking about Aljana chicken. If you guys haven't had it, it's the shit.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you my downswing team. And I reckon we should
call it.
I reckon the Washington Mystics they're currently 14-10. I reckon they might end on 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think of all the. Actually, the Dallas. I don't have anything to say about Dallas, but I think of all the that 1 through 10. They're not the team that's not improving.
Yeah. That's how it feels. It just feels like, I don't know. We've seen their best. Yeah. Whereas other teams, they can unlock a little bit more.
Yeah. Nice. I have one more take. Ezzy for most improved.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, all right. Okay. Well, let's think.
I think she's gone from. Just like pure stats wise, it's like 7 points to 12 points. Couple more rebounds, but I think, is she leading the league in shot blocking? She's averaging 2.5 a game.
Oh,
and she's just like, her and Stewie is just like an incredible front court pairing. From a defensive standpoint in particular. And I think, I can't remember if you were saying it at the beginning of the season. You're just like, I just don't know if she's like ready for it. And she's like just so clearly a starting center in the WNBA.
I like that call, man. Let's go. Where is Bloxburg game? Man. They go, she's leading Bloxburg game. I was going to say, Basketball Reference has everything but like a good interface on their like... league. Have you been to the league? You're on the league leaders page. It's so bad. Yeah. She's comfortably leading blocks.
Yeah. 0.4 ahead of Asia, who's a couple ahead of Liz.
I miss her.
I think she's just proven how WNBA ready she is.
Yeah, and I feel like she was definitely like a very like this as a prospect. It was like, man, if she can put it together, and she put it together.
Yeah, nice.
But there's still, I feel like there is a big concern in the playoffs, because I feel like she does make like a lot of really silly and unforced errors. But I feel like maybe if you're dropping 12 and 6 and 2 blocks in a game, then that kind of covers up the errors versus when you're dropping like 6, 4 and 1.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's also like, she's more than the sum of her parts in that she is the starting center on the league's best defense.
True.
If she's making if she's making mistakes, they're not affecting the outcome so much.
Yeah, that's a good bottom line as well.
Yeah.
A good bottom line to come back to.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go Storm.
Yeah, fucking up the Stormers.
Yeah, and let's go Aljana.
All right, cool. Well, hey, let's have just quick addendum, I guess. Fucking nothing happened in the NBA this week. Like, there was no free agency news. No, like, Kevin Durant's going here. No Kevin Durant's actually going here. So I don't know. Do you reckon this is a weird lull, or has all the business been done?
Man, there's like, I can't remember the last week there was no NBA news.
Yeah,
like NBA men's news. Like I don't remember a week where we came into a pod being like, there's nothing to talk about.
Like, actually nothing.
And just in like the rest of my life as well. Like, I can't remember a single moment in my life where there was not like a thing to talk about.
Yeah. Like, I downloaded the Bleacher Report app for free agency this year, and like, I just straight up haven't been getting notifications.
Damn.
Like, there's not even a... I mean, there's Ja Morant saying that he wants to play against Lionel Messi, but that's about as newsy as it gets.
You mean we didn't top the episode off with that?
All right. Well, cool. Talk to you next week.
Yeah, we will.
Bye.
Bye.